Hello, the internet, and welcome back to the live stream. It is Saturday, the 23rd of May, 2020, and today I'll be live for 104 minutes. Now, before we go any further, is everything okay with the audio? I have made some small changes to my system. I just want to make certain that we're good to go. The small changes I've made are just little technical issues that I've kind of trying to nab for a while. For some weird reason, I seem to be able to deal with it on the DLive, no dramas, but on the YouTube, something different about my... And of course, it's not about the software or about the ingest. It's more about my setup in OBS. Okay, audio is good. Yep, all okay. Great. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for confirming that. I probably will ask again as we move through, just as we move through a few different scenes, but I think if it's good here, it should be good to go all the way through. Yeah, let me go through the chat because that's the most important thing here. I'm a little nervous as per usual. What the hell, right? Why the hell? Why am I nervous? Mindy says, I love the thumbnail. This thumbnail, I created this. I create all the thumbnails, but this one was just... pretty cheeky actually. I just do like a little couple of different filters in Photoshop to the last week's thumbnail. I remove a couple of layers because it's all layered in Photoshop, and I just do a couple of little filters and I step and repeat the filter, and when it ends on the background that I like, that's cool, then I add the graphic to the top. I'm not really fussed about thumbnails too much. I don't think that they're as important as everybody seems to think you should consider on YouTube. I think it's nothing to do with thumbnails. My feelings are that YouTube choose who they want to promote. Doesn't matter what your thumbnail is. But that's my opinion. So I don't spend too much time on them. And invariably for this stream, I usually make them late last night, like late the night before. And last night we'd had a few drinks because, to answer Mindy's question, when is your sister and Poopsie back down? They're down here right now. They came yesterday. And so we did have a bunch of drinks together last night. And by the time I got back in here, I was like, oh, I haven't done my thumbnail. And I was like, thankfully I don't spend much time on this shit. So I just went up and did that super quick. That's funny you should say that, Mindy, because that's probably the one that, well, to be honest, I don't even really remember doing it last night. If I'm being blunt, I don't remember creating it last night, but I remember seeing it this morning thinking, that looks all right, I suppose. I'm a little rusty this morning. I'm not going to lie. Mindy says, hi guys. No, Perdbeer says, sup Mindy? Perdbeer and Mindy are up there nice and early. Mindy had to run to the store. What did you pick up? She picked up some dog food for Peaches and a poop bag. And a frozen caramel coffee with whipped cream. Say whip. Now, I said caramel, but I know Americans say caramel. Caramel. You guys don't even see the A after the R. You just say caramel. Caramel. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just the essentials. Sounds lovely. Is Perd still here? I think Perd popped out for a little while and then popped back in. I was going to make him jealous with all the shopping I did in Colorado 420 style. Because it's... So, Mindy, where you live, marijuana is legal for a medicinal purpose only, correct? But in Colorado, it's fun times for all. And in Australia, it's completely barred. And therefore, I don't have any further information or any instructions or anything to add light to this subject. I'll just read the chat as a noob. But I did say I'm sure Perd would be curious to know and jealous. And that's when Mindy asked, any plans for your sister and kids to come back down? There you go. So we may have Poopsie come in here at some point. I did kind of set that up and said if she wants to pop in, she's welcome to pop in. Although the subject is going to get a little gnarly in this stream. I messed up this week. I made a big mess up. Mindy, I know you've been missing a lot of the DLive, and it might have been a good thing for you to miss DLive this week, but I made a pretty big... I completely... How far am I in? I completely boo-booed up. We can't swear yet on YouTube. You got to go a little while into the stream before you can start cursing, but I did make a hell of a lot of mistakes on DLive this week, and I want to talk about that, and I want to do two things. I want to talk about it, and I want to play my apology video here on YouTube, because as we know, DLive replays of the video on demand only last a certain amount of time, and then they get removed. And I think it's important to have this one out there for forever. So I don't mind running it here again, for that fact, for that concept, to keep it online. But we'll get into that. But it's a little heavy. It's a little heavy, and I don't really want Poopsie here when we discuss that. So maybe she'll swing in soon, and then we can go, okay, you can play with Chelsea and Anna, and we'll get back into this nastiness. I hope Poopsie is awake and joins the live stream. Hey, my chat's not scrolling. What the heck? Oh, my mouse was on the wrong page. Whoopsie! Perdbury says, "Oh my God, Mindy, don't taunt me. I'm nearly out and I can't buy until next week." What's the legalities in Germany? I cannot recall. I don't know. In Germany, Perdbury, what are the legalities against the green leaf that you guys all know so much about? Perdbury says, "I got some great deal on flowers in Colorado when I was there a few weeks ago." Flowers! The prices are pretty low due to the quarantine. I went a day after restrictions were removed. There you go. That's a sad story indeed, Mindy's saying to Perd. I got some Afghan Kush. Sounds like a lovely flavour of flowering there. $120 an ounce. It's kind of an expensive flower. Medicinal use only, of course. And then I said, "I'll see you all in 10. I said, "Mindy, I think Poopsie may be joining the stream." I'm a little tired this morning, folks. Do I look tired? Do I appear a little bit tired? I feel a little tired. Congrats on the purchase. Thanks, Pudbeer, and yay for Poopsie. There you go. Everyone loves Poopsie. She popped in on the D Live last night too. I also stayed 4 days at a hot spring there. That looked rad, that hot spring, Mindy. Very jealous of that. I probably need to put my whole arm in a hot spring right now. It's all tweaked out up there. Yeah, doesn't feel good. Mindy. I also stayed. Perdbeer. Benon, I was just clicking through some of your old videos. Oh, crikey. Hang on a sec, man. Yeah, that needs fixing. Whatever I've done to that, I think I pulled a muscle. I was clicking through some of your old videos and came across the Hawk beer one. Oettinger is a very discount beer. You rarely see it except for places that have penny pinching drunks as regular clientele. Well, funnily enough, that Oettinger beer from Germany that I had in that video, that came from a giver, sent me a package from Dan Murphy's, a big liquor store in Australia, which has an international beer aisle, like a place where you can go and buy all the beers, all your favorite European beers, for obviously an escalated price. Funnily enough, I've never had Oettinger in Germany. Excuse me, I'm going to have to sneeze here. Ooh, is it coming? Is it coming? Or is it going to stay? It went to that weird place where we never know what happens from now. The sneeze just dissipated. Yeah, a giver sent me a package with a whole bunch of beers, and in there was this Oettinger, and I'd seen it, but I've never had it. It's rubbish. I thought it was terrible. Oddly enough, after I'd had that from that package, I've seen heaps of it in Australia. I've seen, like, you'll go for a bushwalk. I've seen it in the bush, just empty cans laying around. Either German backpackers have brought it with them, which wouldn't make any sense because, like I said, I've never seen it in Germany, or Dan Murphy's sells them dirt cheap. I don't think that's the case. I think Dan Murphy's jacked the price up because it's an import, right? It's kind of like Foster's when you leave Australia. Like, Foster's, for real? Like, I don't know anybody that drinks that. I honestly don't know a single person that drinks Foster's. In fact, you go to a bar and you don't even see it. It's not even a thing. You go outside of Australia and it's everywhere. And it's like the greatest Australian beer. It's like, huh? This is only marketed like this elsewhere because you couldn't sell this shit in Australia because we know that's not great beer. So you're Australia, or the Carlton United Breweries, I think it is, they're having a laugh at the world's expense. They know they can't sell that crap to their locals because we know it's rubbish. So they go and sell it to the internationals, trying to persuade them that this is what we all drink down under. We throw the shrimps on the barbie, mate, and dingoes took our beers. It's bullshit. It's garbage. Tim Holler. Hey, Tim's up in the chit chat. G'day, Timski. How do you do, man? I'm just waking up here myself too, folks, so good to see you, Tim. Hello, Mindy, and hello, Perd. Oettinger must be like Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. I've seen that label. It looks pretty lousy. It kind of looks a bit like Foster's, that label. Benon, I'm really surprised to see that in Australia. Maybe one of the discount German supermarkets brought it out. Yeah, no, not even. I mean, you may be able to get it in Aldi. I can't recall seeing it in Aldi, but maybe you can get it there. If I remember correctly, Podbeer says it's from one of those terrible Frankfurt Oder breweries, the little Frankfurt on the Polish border. Yeah, okay, maybe. I mean, it's probably the German. It's probably the German equivalent of Foster's, right? They just bump that shit to Australia because they know that no German will drink it. Mindy says, my guess is that a lousy German beer is probably better than any American beer. Mindy, do you know what? I would go back on that comment. I would agree with you. Well, I'd agree with you 20 years ago when I'd never been to America, which is a weird thing to say, but since I've been to America a couple of times now, I'd say you guys have some really, really good beers, really fine, and I don't want to use the term art house, craft brewery, microbrewery. Come to the microbrewery and drink our special brew, and we'll jack the price up. Get this, right? Why do you pay more to drink beer at a microbrewery when they've got no shipping charge? You make the beer in the premise. In fact, part of the joy of going to a microbrewery is that you can sit on shitty stools and chairs in the factory floor. You know, blow the whistle, send the workers home. Okay, clear that space out, put up a little stupid partition fence. We're going to bring the public in here and they can sample our beers on little wooden paddle pop sticks with little thimbles, and we'll charge them $12 per beer. Like, what? How come it's costing me more to drink the beer that you make right here than it is for me to go to a pub and have that beer? That makes no sense. Well, you're in the premise, you're on location. It's like, yeah, and you didn't have to put any beer in a truck and ship it anywhere, so you should be jacking the price down. We went to a brewery here in Australia, in Sydney, for Marty's birthday. This is a couple of years ago now. It's called Batch Brewery. It's in a place called Sydenham. Actually, only a couple of streets from where I used to work at the bottle shop, my bottle shop as the photographer. And we sat in there, and I had that exact conversation with the... You can't even call them a publican, right? Because it's not a pub. Just the head brewer. I was like, oh, this beer... They literally give it to you on a stick, right? Like a paddle. And it's got 4 different beers stuck in, like... Hard to describe. It's got like little circles, and then the beer sits in a circle like that, and they hand it to you, and it costs like $25. And I shit you not, each glass is less than that, like smaller than that. And you got like, oh, this is our IPA, this is our seasonal IPA, this is our dark beer, this is our take on the famous pale ale, and this one here is an international flavor, $25. And you're like, why don't I bend over as well if you want to take that much advantage of me? For me, I thought it was and I said it to the dude, I said, why are we getting charged this much money for your beer when that's the vat right there? That's the tap that it comes out of. That's your sterilization process. I make beer. I know how it's done. You have no distribution cost here. You have no housing cost. What's going on? And all you've done is clear some fucking concrete and put up a little barrier with little traffic cones and say, come on in and enjoy the ambience of a factory. Your workers work here. That's the place of work, not a place of business. You're not supposed to be sitting there with little straw teepees and fake green turf grass and music cranking in the background. It's I'm sorry to sound whatever this sounds like, but it's a load of wank. And the beers aren't that great. But the beers I had in America from those microbreweries, oddly enough, from those little, like the little Nevada Sierra, those little guys, really, really good. Like, blew me away. And they were cheap too, you know? And you could get it 24/7 from any supermarket. Can't do that in Australia, and you pay a lot of money for it. So I would say 20 years ago, maybe that statement, Mindy, I guess the beer, my guess is that a lousy German beer is probably better than American beer. I would say, yeah, a while ago, but not now. Tim, I'm having trouble staying awake, been up all night with my dog that's still tripping from a trip to the vet, having anesthetic for a minor procedure. Oh, shit, dude. He's seriously stoned, yet he's walking. Oh, crikey. Now,
the answer to that on HomePod.
Siri, baffling how bad Siri is. I did not say the key word, did I? I said he's seriously tripping. Now, back up. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Mindy says, but I've never been a beer drinker myself. Mindy, yeah, I mean, there you go. Oh, by the way, folks, I got a So you know the Jack Behind Me fund? You know this. This is Jack Daniels this is Sin Master. I don't know if Sin Master's up in the chat, but Sin Master bought these. And he's also bought the next 2 bottles. No, he's bought the next one and a portion of the next one. Anyway, I had to go and source these from... These bottles here are only available in the Jack Daniel's distillery in Tennessee, not in Australia. And you got to get them ordered in through a collector. Now, I ordered the one that Sin Master bought as part of the Jack Behind Me fund. And the guy who was supposed to ship it to me kept delaying. Like, he delayed and delayed and delayed. And it wasn't long. And I don't need it yet anyway, because that's still got another 7 weeks before we open it. So there's another at least 7 weeks before I got to put the fresh one up. And I said to him, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I'm not in any rush. Like, I told him what it's for. It's for the live stream. And he said, oh, cool, man. No worries. He said, I'll make it worth your while. I'll chuck something additional in the package because I haven't even shipped it yet. I was like, oh, he kind of lied. He kind of said, oh, I've already shipped it. And they said it's going to take a long time for COVID-19. And then he said, I haven't even shipped it yet. I was like, oh, don't lie to me, but I don't mind. So he put something additional in. Do you know what he put in? This blew me away. The additional item he included in the package is one of the Jack Daniel's beers. Now, Jack Daniel brought out a range of beers in 1995. 1995, these beers came out, and they were a test thing. Select states in America got certain flavors. There was about 5 or 6 different flavors. And they were off the market within a year. Like, once they came out and they failed, Jack Daniel's beer, right? It failed. They removed them. And that was 1995. He sent me a full one of those beers. That's worth way more than the thing that I bought from him, a Tennessee Taster. That's still available in the distillery. And he put a beer in there with it. I thought it was a hoax. I thought he's just recapped it or something, filled an empty bottle up. Or maybe he's printed the logo himself or something. So I had a good look at it. I'm like, dude, this is actually a 1995 Jack Daniel's beer. So I drank it. I didn't really drink it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to swap it. I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. I'm blown away by his generosity to send it to me, but I don't want it because I'm not a collector. What I'm doing is reviewing and tasting. Now, you can't open a beer from 95, 2005, 2015. You can't open a 25-year-old beer and expect to be able to drink it, right? I mean, you probably can. You might get a little ill. So I'm going to try to swap it for something that I can open on the stream. It's worth 2 of those. It's probably worth 10 of those. It's weird. I sent him a message saying, did you mean to put that in there? Like, that's very generous of you. But yeah, a Jack Daniel's beer. Let me show you what they look like. Let me just open up a web page here. Jack Daniel's beer. Let me just open up this here. Yeah, if you search for Jack Daniel's beer, you don't see anything. You don't see a thing about it. But if you put in 1995, these are the beers. It's really strange. Like, look at this. This is a website I had a look at the other day. The mostly untold story of Jack Daniel's beer. Look at these beers, folks. This is literally the one he sent me. Can we make that a little larger? It's called Winter Brew, Age-Oaked Winter Brew. So it came in a 6-pack, and he sent me one of those. Unbelievable, huh? People, right? People. You think people work against you, and then all of a sudden, someone pops up from out of the blue, an absolute freaking legend. Anyway, I digress. Sounds great. Wilson Featherstone. Wilson. Hello, Wilson. How do you do, man? What a smashing handle. I love it. And sorry I'm so late in the chat. I'm getting there. I know I blabber on. We got time here, though. Time is against us. Time is on our side here, folks. Audio is good, thank you. Hi, Wilson. Tim, nail clipping, kidney function test, teeth cleaning, general checkup. Oh, for your dog. Had to get an anesthetic for that. Gotcha. Hello. Hello, Wilson. Hello, Wilson. Good morning, Mr. Bannon. G'day, Timsky. Perdbeard, did you see my thumbnail comment on your 6 million views vlog? No, I didn't, Perd. I didn't see it yet. I haven't. I woke up a little late. A little rusty and a little late. How would an American ask for a caramel koala? A caramel koala. Chiron Skianchi. Hello, Chiron. I'm sorry I know I'm slow here, folks. I know I'm taking my ass time to get to the bottom of the chat, but Chiron, hello. Welcome to the Streamski. Isn't caramel in California? I don't know. I say caramel like you do. Really, Mindy? You really do? That's interesting. Hi, Chiron. Poby, everyone thinks it's legal in small amounts. It's not true. It's illegal in all states of Germany unless you are buying it through a doctor. Huh, there you go. Police usually ignore personal use, but they are actually breaking the law by not sending your details to the prosecutor. But 99% of Berlin cases are dealt with like that. Interesting. Not like Foster's at all. It's marketed towards people with no money. Oh, so that's the difference between. So that's a big difference. Foster's is not marketed to people at all in Australia. You don't see Foster. I mean, maybe you'll see it in like a kind of like a middle of the country rural, like a township with 400 people. They'll have a general pub, general hotel. They might have Foster's in there, and you might see some 80-year-old old codger having one of. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but that's where you wouldn't see it in a city bar, basically. Unless something's changed, and unless those freaking hipsters have somehow made Foster's cool. Because that would not surprise me if you said to me, dude, there's a bar in the city which has that up front, proud and loud, for everybody to buy, and they put the price up. I would not be surprised if you told me that the hipsters were drinking Foster's beer, probably from some weird glass, like some silly upscale market glass, and they're like, oh no, this is, yeah, the trouble with Foster's back in the day is you didn't serve it cold enough. We found if you drop the temperature by 2 degrees Celsius, this is a really great beer, $12. That would not surprise me. And you'd look around and there'd be heaps of dudes with moustaches and fedoras, and they'll be going, yeah, we've been doing this wrong. Australia, wake up, you've been doing your beer wrong. That would not surprise me. In fact, the more I say it, the more I think it probably exists. But you get the difference there. It's not like Foster's at all. It's marketed to people with no money. So someone with no money probably shouldn't be looking to buy beer, I think. Maybe they should be looking to. We'll leave it there. Mindy, I say Coors beer is better than a lot of German beers. Coors beer. That's Canadian Coors? It's because it's more expensive at their scale, but they milk it. There you go. I can't remember which one of the Coors it was I drank, but it was nice. Is Coors American? I still can't taste it. I can't stand the taste of Miller's. Chiron, how's the point today? Messy. I actually haven't been out and had a look yet. And the reason I haven't is because I know I do these live streams as a priority. This live stream is once a week on YouTube, and I'm not going to be out there until 11:30 on my surf. Surprisingly enough, at between 11 and 12, the wind is going to drop off from gale force just down to 24 kilometer an hour. I'm up to the chat though, right there, folks. That's the end of the chat. So let's bring that up for everybody to see. Apologies again for faffing around, but I do like working my way into these streams. I do like taking our time and engaging the chat. That's the point of a live stream. But yeah, Chiron, whereabouts are you again? I think you told me once before. You've been posting on my Wave a Day videos, haven't you? Yeah. The wind this morning is southwesterly, which technically is offshore, but it's cold offshore and from the southwest. So the wind will hit the point. The wind will hit the point bang on, which can be good if there's swell, because it will be pushing that left back, right? It'll be peeling that left over itself, which is good, but it's terrible to paddle into because all the water. And I had a terrible, terrible surf yesterday. You're landlocked in Melbourne. Gotcha. Well, I will run my Wave a Day from yesterday shortly, and you can see how terrible it was there. I faffed around in that ocean and ended up taking a couple of pretty big wipeouts and hit the bottom a few times, actually. I thought I'd smashed up my hand, but if I showed it to you now, you'd be like, there's nothing there, dude. And there isn't. But when I hit the ground, it did hurt. Sin's Fun Factory up in the chit chat, Cincy. Well, not Cincy, but Sin. I can call you Sin. Cincy. Sin's Fun Factory. Hey, all, I just got a 375ml bottle of Jack Single Barrel Select Tennessee Whiskey, 47. Huh. A 375ml of Single Barrel Select. Interesting. Bill Forrester up in the chit chat. Bill, how you going, man? Nice to see you in the live, and thank you for your lovely comments, Bill, on the Wave a Day content, man. Thank you so much, dude. I keep all the comments, and I answer them. The trouble is, we're getting close to the end of the project, and I got a couple of questions banked up. But Bill, your one comes up. It's already live, isn't it? Your question, I think. Yeah, I think I've already answered your question live. Sin, You got a 375ml bottle of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. I didn't think they came in 375ml. I thought they were always in the 700ml. The beautiful, that kind of, not this style bottle. This one here is a hip flask, right? How you do, Bill? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Now, folks, what we should do, we should take pause. We should roll the super quick wave a day edit. We should come back. Bill Forrester, you answered it today. Okay, and that's the trouble. I'm out of sorts because you guys saw that today, but I filmed that not yesterday, the day before. Even though your today is my yesterday, and I shot it the day before that. It's kind of confusing, right? The date today for me is the 23rd of May. Now today's wave a day, which will happen after this live stream, you won't see until my 24th of May, which ironically will be your 23rd. What a mind trip. What a strange world we live in. And Bill, are you surfing yourself, Bill? You're a surfer, right? And while I've got you here, what else could I do to make these wave a day videos better? I know we're getting close to the end of this month, this project, but if I was to suggest I'm going to come back and do it again, which I think I'm going to do, is there something that you would rather I do? Is there something that's annoying you? Is there something that's really standing out as being that stuff works? If I could speak frankly, I don't really like the POV stuff. I'm only doing it because everybody told me to do it. I find it tedious. Maybe it's because I'm out there the whole time surfing anyway, and I'm sitting there. I am the POV for the whole hour and 8 minutes of the GoPro battery. And then when I come back and I edit it down, leaving big slabs of that in, which, let's be honest, is to try to get the video to the 10-minute mark, which we all said we should do, try to get to the 10-minute mark minimum so that we can roll ads in it and then YouTube will promote it. Well, I find that POV stuff very tedious, and only because I'm sitting there myself seeing it all the time. But what do you think? Is there something that could make the content better? Chiron, POV should be cut to when you get the wave. That's what I agree with. I agree with that. Unfortunately, everybody said don't do that. At the beginning of this season, everybody said we want to see what you see. We want to, and people were saying you should live stream it. You should live stream your surfing. And I was like, dudes, do you know how tedious that would be for you to watch? Like it would be boring. Like I go out there for an hour and 8, and I sometimes only get 4 waves. You really want to sit out there with me, huffing and puffing and paddling and waiting and getting scared for dark shadows in the water and looking at the sun and waiting and spitting and singing and talking to strangers. That's boring, right? Really boring. So I nailed it down to like just a little bit of POV. And I think it should be cut to when you get the wave. Yeah. Sin's Fun Factory, I sent you a picture in DM. Thank you, Sin. I'll check it out later on, man. Thank you, dude. I stand up paddleboard. I do some surfing on the south coast of the UK. I agree. I'm a fan of the POV. Maybe do it 2 times. Do it twice as long. Really? Do the POV twice as long? Mindy says POV isn't my favorite part either, but I love the longer videos. Bill Forrester says not a fan. Hang on. Agree with a fan. Agree. I can't work out your comment, Bill. It's a fan of POV. Maybe do it 2 times. Maybe do the whole thing only twice. Hang on. Not a fan. So that was a typo. But what do you mean do it twice? You mean only do 2 POVs? Oh, 2 times the speed. Oh, shit. Interesting. Wow. Shyla Rose up in the chit chat. Shyla Rose. Thank you so much for joining us, Shyla. Twice the speed. Perd, it's not tedious. The down moments create the atmosphere and you're building up the anticipation of the wave. I tell you, Perd, that's one thing I agree with. I like when the music gets killed, so there's no background audio, and suddenly it's just breathing and the sound of the water. Because someone said, I can't recall who it was, someone said, we want to hear more sounds of surfing, what it's like to be a surfer. So keep the sounds in. And that's what the POV is, I suppose. It's more like this is literally what it's like out in the ocean, and then anticipation builds up. My typing is crap. Well, folks, speaking of surfing, let's roll the wave from yesterday. And I sucked out there, and I took a few tumbles, but you guys can be the judge. When we come back, we'll get into the content of my mess up this week on DLive, and we'll talk a little about that, and we'll run the apology video as well. Before that, though, a wave a day, super quick wave a day edit. Welcome back to the super quick wave a day edit. I am freezing cold. I just had the worst surf I've had. It's windy, there's a bigger swell around. It's ice cold from the southwest winds. It's snowing in the alpine regions. My hands are all numb. I smashed the bottom a couple of times. I cooked out hardcore on my POV. The waves that I got were garbage. I fell off. Blah, 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 blah. I sucked. But you know me, I don't want to be the judge of that. So how about you decide? Friday, definitely not gale force winds, but there are some waves. Main point is gonna work. This will be fun. Oh, nice to meet you. What's your name? Sean. Nice to meet you, Sean. This is Sean. Sean's been watching the content. This one here is just mounted with a GoPro. Well, that's pretty nice. Sean saying g'day, he's watched the content, that's really cool. Well, that kind of sucks, I just couldn't keep my balance. I think the wave was too big, the face was too long. I'm used to a short face, just hit it and go down to the flat. This one just kept going down, and I didn't have the ability. For it on that one, I was positive I was not going to come off. I was like, nah, I'm riding this sucker. I don't think I did too much, I just kind of straight lined it, but it felt good to not kook it. The sun comes up, moon goes down. We stay here and just dream. Wow! Couldn't make that drop then. Straight down. Pretty deep down too. Didn't hit the bottom though. Far out. Probably the heaviest wipeout I've had here. That wasn't really that bad. Oh, it's starting to rain now. Awesome. Well, let's POV this up. Now, I probably will edit this POV down because what are we, 32 minutes in, and there isn't a great deal of waves, and I'm being a bit picky with my selection. So let's POV it, and if I've got to edit it down, I will. At least get one out here POV style, and I'll keep an eye on that rating scheme. Okay, so the thing out here, we know the rock section, where is it? Probably about there. That's the takeoff zone. Now, I'm not 100% confident in this size swell on that rock, so I want to sit just to the side of it. The trouble is, there's so much movement. Kind of hard to tell where I'm going to be. There's so much movement going on. I kind of think I'm a little too deep still. I've got to go a little this way. And the other thing to note too, if it does start hammering down with rain, I have a fair paddle from the iPad. What's this little wave? Nah, that's not going to do it. Yeah, if I gotta leg it to get to the iPad, it's gonna be a long paddle. Sitting out here at the point, it's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna deny that. It's all grey and dark. I'm the only one out here. It's a little bit scary.
Okay, what's this? Nah, too little. I think I'm on the right spot. It's just here. I've got to be just over this side of it, a little. Not too much though. Yeah, okay, look at this, look at this. It's got a section here and a section here. Okay, I'm good for this. I'm good for this. Ah, dang. Look at it go. Suck. Ah, sucked. See that stuff in the water moving? That's the rock area. And I'm going to be on that side of it. So let's paddle about 10 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need a couple more. I should have taken this wave. Okay folks, this is really bad. I haven't had a wave in so long. All this wind is making it difficult to paddle against, like into the wave. All this kind of splash, splash, splash. I know I'm making excuses, but there hasn't been a wave. And I am freezing cold. Look at this wind. Oh. Oh. Hasn't been a wave. I keep drifting. Having a bit of a rough one out here, to be honest. Let's see if I can get something, and then maybe POV will be the last thing I do. I don't know. My only chance, and I messed up. Okay, POV. I hit the bottom. I'm in the dead zone here. Oh shit. Ouch. Hit the bottom. I don't know what the challenge is. Nice bird. Yeah, I hit the bottom on my bum, my hand. Can't see any cuts. Ouch, my foot. What's this? Too little. Yeah, that sucked. Ouch. POV out. POV out. Oh, an absolute shocker here. Smashed the bottom then. Hopefully there's no damage. My hands are so numb I can't quite feel what I've done.
And what did you say? Yeah, I sucked, didn't I? I completely sucked out there. I think I smashed up my wetsuit, hit the ground so hard. Main point was on, kind of. My ability was off, most of, and it was terrible. Now look, while I sit down and freeze my ass off, you guys can go back to the live stream. Oh shit, we're back. Not a lot of damage from hitting the bottom, but not fun. We don't want to hit the bottom. We don't want to go down, right? Well, I went down hardcore. Tumbled and tumbled and tumbled. The first time that I took that wipeout, the heavy one, which I didn't hit the bottom, I was confident that I would hit the bottom. In fact, I went so deep on that, I thought, I'm bracing for it. When it didn't happen, I was like, okay. Reach up for the leg to the leash, pull myself back up, I'm good. The second time when I went over the falls on that, when you hear me go, "Wah!" I went straight down and smacked the bottom. Like my ass hit the bottom, my hands went down, and I just scraped all the barnacles and crap across my hand. I didn't get a cut though, it's weird. It must have just took like a little divot into the skin. Back up in the chit chat. I like the POV, but it shouldn't be as long, says Chiron. Yeah, okay, yeah. And Shyla says, Mindy says, He does it to make sure that it gets promoted, or Perdbeer said that. And the reason, like the methodology behind that is that YouTube will not promote a video that doesn't include ad roll. They're more likely to promote a video that does include ad roll. Why? Well, they earn revenue from that. So if your video falls underneath the 10-minute mark, they can't have the ad roll, or they can't have as many ads. You definitely can't have mid-roll ads in a video less than 10 minutes. I don't do mid-roll ads anyway, but we can get more ads in the beginning, possibly 2 ads, if it goes over 10 minutes. That's the theory there, and therefore YouTube will promote it. Now, again, my videos from a wave a day haven't really been popping. In fact, to be honest, there's no difference than last season. A couple of hundred views per video, that's it. It sucks, and everything we've tried hasn't really made a difference. I still love doing it, but it's really not content that's marketable or sellable on YouTube. I used to do it every 3 months. I've decided to come back and do it every 4 months. So the next wave a day won't be until May, June, July, August, till September. Instead of doing it in August, I'm going to do September. I just don't... It's so over-consuming. The time involved in creating that content is so overly consuming. I've literally just calendar block out all of May to do a wave a day. Only because I've committed myself to live streams as well. But that commitment to creating the content, surfing, editing the content, getting it ready for the live stream, it's too much. It's too much to do without the reward. So I need to look at doing other things that will earn the reward. But speaking of that, let's move into the content of this stream. Now, this is going to get a little heavy. So if you're not into the heavy stuff and you're not into, like, you know, a pretty in-depth discussion, then maybe bump out. But if you are interested in something a little on the heavy side, that's what we're going to roll into now. Benny in the chit chat. G'day, Benny. Good morning, Benon. How you going, Mr. Benny Crawford? Cheers, my friend. So, for those that didn't see it, this week on DLive, I was doxxed. My address was given out on stream multiple times by trolls. Now, we have had trolls on DLive for some time now, quite a while, on the Gives a Minute channel. They've been manageable in the sense that, well, I've got a great set of moderators and we've got some processes in place, even then from the beginning, to sort of navigate around these. I like to call them dicks because that's what they are. They're not trolls, they're not people, they're dickheads. Anyway, we dealt with them, we'd kind of dealt with them. The level that they went to get me on this instance is pretty mind-blowing. For those that didn't see it, and those that don't know, we often take linky poos on the DLive, and that's what it sounds like. You can put links in the chat and we'll watch the content and critique it on YouTube. So these links come through, and we've been doing this for a year now with no dramas. One of the links on this particular stream was entitled Greatest Surfing Wipeouts, or big moments in surf, or something like that, something to that effect. It was obviously a surfing video and it looked cool. I was like, okay, cool. So we play it, we're sitting there watching it, and within it's like a 4-minute clip, and about a minute and a half into that clip, my address is read out, text to speech style. So Benon Kerp's physical address is blah, 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 blah. At the same time that happened, in my chat, the chat was flooded with the same comment. So Benon's address details, lives at blah, 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 lives with his mum at blah, 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 blah. These details were read out and text to speech on the stream, broadcast to the air. Before I knew what was happening, it had already been happening. And as soon as I saw it, we grabbed the moderators and we went ahead and delete and muted those spam accounts out of the chat. And then this is when I messed up. That's out of my control at that point, right? That's something that someone else willingly seeked to attack me with. But what happened next was this is on my bad. I concluded on the stream, as it happened, I concluded that that must be someone internal within DLive or Tidy Labs to be able to turn on text to speech and have those comments read out on my stream. Now, if you know what text to speech is, it is a voice recording of a text. So you put the word, Benny Crawford's put, "Hi Perd, comma, music." Text to speech would say, Benny Crawford, "Hi Perd, music," and would read it, but it's in like a robotic voice. I jumped to the conclusion that for someone to be able to turn that on in the back end, they must have access to the back end. And therefore, it has to have come from either someone in DLive or someone in Tidy Labs. Now, if you're not sure what Tidy Labs is the on-screen notifications software of choice that a lot of streamers use on DLive. You don't have to use it. It's not compulsory. You can use Streamlabs. You can use a combination of both. I actually use a combination of both. You can use whatever you damn well please. The reason a lot of people use Tidy Labs is because it's created by Tidy, who is a DLive employee and the head of the English community on DLive. So we want to support his software. He's a really nice dude. His software is kick-ass, and we want to be involved. That's why we use it. That's why I use it. At the time that happened, I concluded that either Tidy or someone in his crew was out to get me, knowing that I was live, went into the Tidy Labs backend, turned on text-to-speech, enabled that filth and that shit to be read out on my stream as an attack. That's how it looked to me. And so then I went across to the Discord and I put a message in the Discord saying, I need help from a Guardian or from a DLive employee urgently on my stream. My address details have been doxed. I need this to be done urgently, and I will leave the stream active and live until you guys come in and sort this shit out, because it's one of you that did it. And I made these allegations, and I made them straight to the camera, and I made them very eloquently and very accurately, and I laid it down. I said, you, DLive, or someone with Tidy Labs in DLive, are willing to try to bring me down. This is how you've done it. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay live until you fuckers get in this inside and find out who it is and make amends. And I kept my stream up, and we sat there for, well, this is aside from the point, but we sat there for quite a long time waiting for something to happen. And eventually Tidy came in and said, I'm onto this, man. And he, by the way, he's in the UK, so he woke up and got these bombardments of messages. DLive and Tidy Labs has been compromised. Go to Gives a Minute stream, see what's happening. It's happening now. It's urgent. So he came over. Perdbeer, I don't know if you saw that, but I PM'd you about this on my Discord, my 2 cents. Perdbeer, I don't think I saw it. Music Man up in the chit chat. G'day, Music Man. How do you do, man? Good to see you. So Tidy Labs came in. Tidy of Tidy Labs came in. Starts chatting with me. He says, "Look, I'm looking into it, man." And I said, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna stay online. I'm gonna stay live so that you can get the chat logs of every fucker that's in this chat that's got accreditation or got authorization in DLive and in Tidy Labs to do this to me, because this is not on. It's not cool. Now I sat there and I was furious, and I was at that point I was ready to walk away from DLive, completely just end the channel. After that, in fact, I said my farewells. I said, that's it. This is an internal attack from DLive. I'm not involved in this shit anymore. I'm done. This stream, once we've worked out who it is, I'm ending my stream, and that's it. I'm not coming back. And that's how we left it. After about another, I guess the whole thing went for about an hour, maybe about an hour and 20 in total. After it concluded, I said to Tidy, at some point I said, have you got everything you need from this live chat log? Can I end the stream now? And he said, yes, you can end the stream. So I ended the stream and I walked away from it. I was like fucking furious, right? Furious. Discord conversations continued with people. I'm not going to name names, but you can obviously assume one of them's Tidy. He's working in the back end to try to sort this shit out. And other people, there's no point naming them, and that's not the point of this, but a lot of people came into my Discord and suggested things, offered help, suggested ways to get around this, suggested potentially what had happened. Now, this is the point of this stream, jumping to wrong conclusions, right? It quickly became apparent that I was 100% and utterly wrong. My conclusion about what had happened was 100% wrong. Totally wrong. I'd missed 2 key points. We just have a visitor. Oh, it's Poopsie. Poopsie, hello. We'll pause this, folks. We'll come back to it. I knew this would happen, right? I knew this would happen at the wrong time. Right. What's up? Oh, you dropped something. Yeah, I'll get it.
It comes on the.
Ah,
do that.
Poopsie, you're going to have to say hello to the chat up here, right? Say hello.
Hi.
There you go. Poopsie in the house. Marcelo Sigler. Hello, Marcelo. How do you do, man? We will get back to this. Of course, we did know Poopsie would swing by at some point, and here she is, right on schedule. What you got there, Poops?
I've got this little bed right here.
Can I show it to the stream?
Yes.
She got this little bed right here. Ah,
Yeah, I need to show this.
yeah.
It has this rainbow right here.
Ah,
And the swinging thing.
it's got a rainbow and a swinging thing.
And these 2 shells with holes in
Can we see the
them.
rainbow again? Look at the rainbow, folks. And a swinging thing. What's the swinging thing used for?
It's a little sign.
It's a little sign. Interesting.
And I'm sure the LOL I got. She's my favorite.
She's your favorite? Show the stream up here. Ah, that's your favorite
Yeah,
LOL.
because she has tights.
She has tights.
Yeah, and a pillow and a little sister. And these chairs.
Show the stream the chairs. Ah, chairs is.
And a backpack with juice in it.
Backpack with juice in it. Everybody's saying hello to you in the chat, Poopsie. Look, Charlotte Rose says, good morning, Poopsie, with love hearts. Benny Crawford says, hi, Poopsie. Tim Arstrog says, good morning, Poopsie, our little princess. Ooh, that's nice. Mindy's channel, hi, Poopsie, such a princess. And she's even got a little princess for you. Look at that.
Sorry.
That's okay. And Perdbeer says, Poopsie, what's this, a flower? You read these out. What's Perdbeer got? A flower? What's that one?
Love
And
heart.
what's the next one?
Rose.
That's a rose. And the next one?
Flowers.
Yeah, lots of flowers, isn't there?
Uh-huh.
And smiling faces with clapping hands. Mindy's channel got some pink love hearts. And a rose there too. And Tim, Poopsie has changed facially so much. She really has. Look at her. You've changed a lot, haven't you, Poopsie? You're
Yeah.
still a beautiful little girl, though. She came in yesterday in her school uniform, and I was like, wow, school freaking uniform? You were pooing in your pants before, and now now you're going to school? That's amazing. You are growing up so fast.
Now I'm full.
Now you're 4. What's wrong with this girl's eye? Is she blinking?
Yeah.
Look at this one, folks. She's blinking. It's kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah, and she's a baby. Why is she blinking?
Why is a baby blink? Why do you talk like an American sometimes?
No, I'm talking like normal.
Are you? Don't you
Yeah.
like normal? She told. Oh, actually, I was gonna say she. So in Australia, you know the thing that what do babies put in their mouth?
Little thing.
Little things. No, what's the thing that?
No.
Ah.
Mama, no.
Ah,
Homemade cake.
some cake for you. Is that for you?
No, that's for you.
That's for me. Wow. Thank you. Babies put in their mouth. What are they suck on it? You know.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Dummies.
Yeah, but what do you call it?
Pussies.
She calls it we call it a dummy in Australia. She calls it a passy, which is abbreviation for pacifier, which is what you Americans call it. She calls it a passy. You are incredible.
Mom calls it a pacifier.
Your mum calls it a pacifier.
She
Does
calls
she?
it a dummy, but I call it a passy.
Passy. What about what do babies wear on their bottom so that when they poo themselves, it's all clean? What do they wear?
Nappies.
Nappies. In America, they call them
Diapers.
right on 4 years of age. Can you believe this?
I just know it.
You just know it. You are so smart.
You know, both of them can go
Into the bed.
She's too small and she can even fit on there.
Ah.
2 of them.
Is that a bed up top there? It is, isn't it? Yeah. Needs a
Yeah.
mattress though. Hasn't got a mattress.
No.
That's going to be very uncomfortable
You
to
have
sleep.
to eat that.
I will eat that. Hello to Poopsie, Sin's Fun Factory, Sin Master. This is Poopsie. Cool Princess Sound America.
And look, there's a backpack. Put that down for a sec.
Mindy says cool princesses sound American. So you're a cool princess is what she's saying. Marcella says a mukbang. I don't like eating on stream, but this has been brought in here and it's homemade cake, so I should at least have a sample, right?
No!
Wrong mouth. Whoopsie. Oh, yeah. Your mum made this. My sister made this fruitcake. That's nice. Can I wipe this on your sleeve?
No?
Thanks. You've already got food there, though. Look. Sup, Grandma. No, that's my mother, Perdbeer. That's my mother. That's not birthday cake either, Sin's Fun Factory. That's my sister just made like a fruit loaf. Well done, Poopsie. You can see she's starting to develop attitude. Benon is so going to be on her thumb soon. I hope not. Pacifier is a terrible word for something for toddlers. So is a dummy, though. A dummy? I know the dummy is meant like it's a dummy thumb. It's not actually a real thumb. Youchie, mama.
You know, you can do a dummy going.
Can you?
A dummy ring. You just put the dummy on your finger and then you suck it.
Yeah? Wow, dummy ring.
I tried that before.
You tried that before, did you? How was it?
Great. And a lolly bracelet, you just put the bracelet on your wrist and then you bend it and eat it.
Ah.
It has little crunchy things.
Tell the stream, what do Americans call lollies?
Pussies.
No. It starts with C. Candy. It took her 20 hours to learn that. Marcella, yes. She's very smart, Benny. She is. Charlotte Rose with cakes.
I'm really smart.
You are very smart. And what time is it? You're still in your pajamas? It's almost 10 a.m. and you're in your pajamas. Are you having a lazy Saturday?
No, these are my clothes.
Are these not your pajamas?
No.
Whoopsie! You could see I'm not a parent. Hey, I thought these were her pajamas. Okay, my bad. I could never be a parent, hey? I think you're still in your pajamas and no, these are your clothes. Are you sure these are your clothes?
Yeah.
They look like pajamas.
They're my Peppa Pig clothes.
Whoopsie. Marcelo, she's been born in the wrong country. Look at the candy in the chat there from Charlotte Rose. 2 blue
Candy
ones.
is sweet and you can't eat candy in the morning.
You can't eat candy in the morning. How come?
Because it's too sweet and you get cavities.
You get what?
You'll get cavities if you eat too much.
You'll get cavities if you eat too much candy. Well, who told you that?
Mom.
Your mum's very smart, isn't
And
she?
I always brush my teeth.
What do you brush your teeth with?
My toothbrush.
Very good. And toothpaste? You go up and down and across? Very good. And in and out. Up, down, across, and in and out for brushing. You are
No, back and forth.
back and forth. Well, la-di-da-di-da.
Look, there's little tables when it's school lunch.
Well, you want to hop down? Well, see ya. Those are leggings, Ben on Mindy. I did not know. Uh-oh, we got background props now. Well, there you go, folks. You can eat candy in the morning when you're older, Poopsie. Do you hear that? Charlotte Rose says you can eat candy in the morning when you get older.
I can't.
She can't. She's amazing, Mindy.
I'll get cavities.
You don't want cavities, do you?
No.
You don't want to
That's
get.
why I can't eat candy.
They are lying to you, Poopsie. Life is all about eating candy all day long. That's what Perdbeer says. Perdbeer. Now I'm not going to eat the rest of this on stream. I used to hate seeing lolly socks eating on stream. I thought it was just like I don't mind having a sip of water or a beer or a Jack on stream, but I'm not going to eat cake on stream. What was that noise? It's not a trampoline over there, Poopsie. This is not the Benny Flat. Benny, up in the Benny Flat back up in Sydney, Baxter and Claudia used to use my bed as a trampoline, and the whole thing goes whenever you move on it now. Marcelo, you know Poopsie's logic is the best logic. Any other logic isn't relevant. I'll salute that. The logic...
You're rolling on your bed.
You're rolling on my bed. That's incredible. Don't roll off the freaking bed. Poopsie, how old are you now?
4,
What age will you be next year?
5.
Okay.
And then
Come over here. Tell the stream here how old you are now,
4,
and how old will you be next year,
5.
and then how old will you be in one more year?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Very good. And the year after?
7,
Oh, you are getting older. And then one more year after that?
8.
And when will you be 10? A couple more.
I'm a mom.
When I'm a mum. I'll be 10 when I'm a mum. Okay.
Oh,
That's...
hard to getting on the bed.
You might have trouble being a mum at 10, but I like the enthusiasm for life. There you go. I feel like we can't get back into the depth of this conversation right now, can we?
Do you want to see this?
I do want to see this. What is this? What? Is that a roly-poly? Hell yeah. Can you do another one?
Forward.
You do a forward roll?
Yeah.
Do it again. You guys can't see this. She's just out of frame. She'll probably come into frame. There it is. She just came into frame in the side there. Very cool roly-poly. Can you do it from this point on the bed and do it this way? So do it on my pillow and roly-poly this way. That way the stream can see. See how you're in the side just there?
Yeah.
If you do it from my pillow this way, we'll, instead of coming there, the stream will be able to see you do it.
Well, like.
Yeah, go and sit on my pillow. I'm going to get her to do it in frame.
All the way to there.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, that's it. From there. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Now do it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, they saw it. That was perfect. You nailed it. I'm guessing Poopsie hasn't had a coffee yet. Poopsie, you don't drink coffee, do you?
Pardon?
You don't drink coffee?
No, because I'm a kid.
No, because I'm a kid.
I'm a kid right now, and I can't drink because I'm.
You can't drink coffee as a kid. And that's right. That is very right, folks. Let's not give her the wrong advice here.
You can only eat bananas and apples, but apple wins.
You can only eat bananas and apples. That's all you can eat as a kid. Bananas and apples. I wish I had her
And mandarin.
and mandarins, of course. Who could forget a mandarin? Wah! I wish I had her energy without candy in the mornings. Do you still call it candy, Charlotte? Charlotte Rose is an American living in Australia. Do you think she says candy or lollies?
Lollies.
But she's an American, but she lives in Australia. And she's been here for some time. Did you fart?
No.
I can smell baby fart. Did you do a poopsie in the pantses?
No, I'm a big kid.
I'm a big kid. That's how she got her name, by the way.
I'm not 1, I'm 4.
Do you know that's how you got your name?
Yeah.
We
When
were-
I was a little kid, I used to poo in my nappy.
In your nappy?
Yeah, and Mum used to change it all day.
All
and
day.
all night.
All day and all night? You got to
Yeah.
look up here and you tell us this. How many times did you poo your pants?
16 times.
16 times. That's a lot of times to poo your pants. And the one time that...
Ow.
The one time she got given the name Poopsie, or the time that kind of stuck, I suppose.
No, my name's not that Poopsie. My name's Portia.
It can be Portia Poopsie Pants.
What?
It used to be.
It's just Portia.
Is it just Portia? Okay. She's got her own attitude now, folks. Well, the one time when we did dub her Poopsie Pants, that's how it kind of began. It's like, do you have a... It was like that. It's like, what's that smell? Do you have a Poopsie in the pants? You've got Poopsie in the pantses? And then it became Poopsie Pants. And then it just got abbreviated to Poopsie. She'll always be Poopsie to me. That's a good question, Marcelo. Do you guys call all candy lollies or just lollipops?
Lollies.
And is a lollipop still candy?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Mindy, some Americans' candies are lollies. We call them lollipops. Not candy pop. Bob. Not candy pops. Lollies.
When you burp, you have to do this.
Oh.
And when you sneeze, you have to do this.
I don't.
And cough.
I don't.
When I do.
You got good manners. Uncle Benny has terrible manners.
Well, if you do sneeze with this, that'll spread the whole town.
Spread the whole town.
Yes.
What germs?
Yes.
Really? So how do you not do it?
You don't do it like this, but you do it like this.
Ah.
Try.
I'm doing it all wrong, am I?
Try.
Try. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Oh, you mean go like this? Ah, okay. I tried. It worked. No germs spread to the whole town. High five to no germs. Yeah. I love how she jumps into the high fives. You must obey her logic. How dare you disrespect Poopsie? I'm going to move this out of her line of sight because anything could go down there. Lollipops is greater than Lollysocks per beer. Is he still around, Lollysocks? Is he still doing stuff?
Do you mind if you babysit my little cute nice baby?
Do you want me to babysit as an American or as an Australian?
American, because I always speak that way.
Okay, I'm gonna speak that way too then. I'll babysit for you. Wait, make sure we get enough of the passies and the diapers so that the baby feels satisfied.
She already has 20 diapers on.
She's got 20 diapers on?
Yeah.
What? That's a poo. That's gonna be... She's set for the whole week now. 20 diapers.
Yeah.
What? That is a lot of diapers, folks. I don't know about that. Do we need 20 diapers?
Yeah, because she poos a lot.
Wow.
And you've got 20 potties.
20 potties.
Yeah.
Ah.
Have to look at her, not me. Her.
I'm looking at her, yeah. And you have to look at the stream. And you gotta come into frame, my friend. And the chair's in the freaking way. Mindy, Poopsie knows her manners better than most adults. Yeah, she knows. You got good manners. Mindy just says in the chat. Podby, yeah, he's streaming from the US on YouTube. Oh, is he really? He's in the States
Look
still.
what I can do.
Wow. Can you do that?
No.
Okay.
I can do this.
Wow. I'm cracking up, Charlotte Rose. You're doing a terrible job, Marcella says to me. Well, I tell you,
I can do this.
I do want to get back into the content though.
Look.
That's a great star jump. Remember, I did a star jump there once, and you know what happened then. Poopsie, maybe we might have to say farewell to the chat, and you can come back in later on the D live stream. You got a bruise there?
No.
Are you been drawing?
Yeah.
We might have to say farewell to Poops, and we'll come back into the content. But she will probably join us again later on the D live stream. Does that sound like a deal? So do you want to take your...
babysit this little cute baby?
I'll babysit her. If you take... Which ones do you need? Do you need any of these?
No, she might need her backpack.
Okay, she needs a backpack.
But she doesn't need all this, but she needs 2 of these chairs.
Okay.
And that's all.
Okay.
She did need that bed because she needed that because she doesn't have any beds.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you can go back out and I'll come out later, okay?
Okay.
Close the door on the way out. Thank you, Poopsie.
I will.
Wow. And there it is. I was just waiting for the big bang. I thought it would be a lot louder than that. Smarties in the US are rolls of candy pills in a wrapper. Interesting. Smarties are M&Ms in the States? Are they? Smarties, we got both here. Does your Smartie have S on it or M? Have a great day, Poopsie. There you go. Almond M&Ms are the best. Almond, yeah, I don't mind the peanut ones if I know what we're talking about, the big fat ones, the yellow and the brown ones. They're really, really tasty. Folks, I just spat. This is why I don't eat on the stream. I just had something in the back of my mouth and I spat it out and it landed on my keyboard. I can't recall exactly where we were at with the discussion about what happened. Oh yeah, okay, I was wrong. That part. That was right at the point, right? So, I just had to have a swig of this. I was 100% and utterly wrong for 2 reasons in this regard. If you can just piece this back to the end of that conversation and take out the Poopsie bit, it'll make sense. There were 2 critical things that I missed, and Tidy was very clear to point it out to me. The first thing that I missed was that when these dicks came in and triggered text-to-speech, it actually wasn't text-to-speech. What it was instead, they had taken a YouTube video, in this case it was a surfing video, they'd taken a video off YouTube, downloaded it, they had re-encoded it to include an audio component, a vocal component, which was some computerized voice reading text into speech. And they had hard baked that into the content. So you would play the video, and as you're watching, everything would seem normal. You're watching a surfing edit video, whatever. And then at a particular cue, which is not a cue, it's actually part of the freaking video, hard baked in, it would start reading off Benon's address is blah, blah, blah. He lives with his mother, Benon's address. And the reason it was so confusing as what I thought was text to speech is that they had also bombarded my chat with the same comments. So if you look to the chat and you hear this, you instantly think text to speech. But the reason it wasn't text to speech, and the way we found out, was that if you have text to speech turned on in Tidy Labs, it always reads the handle of who spoke it first. So it would say, Charlotte Rose, peanut M&Ms go great with Jack Daniels. Pud beer. Okay, I can save my saved lolly socks joke now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this didn't. This just read out these things. So Tidy Labs said to me, dude, it's categorically not DLive and it's not Tidy Labs based on that alone. He said, if you can download the video itself, you will find, if you can, you'll be able to find that there's this hard baked into it, hard encoded into the actual video. I went back to the channel, of which I had already tabbed open, left it open. So I had the stream, I'd had the video in a browser. I clicked an extra browser and opened up, went back to the channel. The video had been removed. The video had been removed, and my capture software had no way of downloading that video from the source of the video. However, I could get a screen recording of the video. So I took a screen recording of it, and of course, every time you play that back at a minute 15 or a minute 16, whatever it is, that text-to-speech thing comes up. So Tidy was correct. I was 100% wrong. And it's at that point that I realized how badly what I'd said looked. I jumped to a massive conclusion, which was easily proven wrong. I'd alleged that DLive were in on it. I'd made assertions that it was internal, that someone at DLive was out to get me. One of the staff members was working against me. And I was wrong. I said that there were two reasons. The other reason clearly was because this was a personal attack. Someone that knows me leaked this information. I said in the text to speech that got read out, they said, your mother, you live with your mother. Now that information came from one other person in the chat once before. It's about 7 months ago, there was someone in my chat, a gentleman that we all know, Jay Boston, came into my chat and started making these accusations against me. One of them was, and this was from Jay Boston YouTuber. This was his handle. This was him talking to me in my chat. He was saying, everybody gives a minute, blah, blah, blah. He lives with his mother, blah, blah, blah. And if you don't know, this is my mother's house. I came here temporarily. Ended up staying almost permanently because of the surf. I got no problem acknowledging that. Doesn't bother me. If that's an attack on me, that kind of missed the mark entirely. But Jay Boston made that assumption that he would hurt me by saying that, telling my chat. In this instance, the same thing happened. Now, I'm not saying you can join dots if you want, but I'm not going to join those dots and make a far-flung allegation. However, and I'll do this now as well. However, my aspersions and my thoughts do lead me to a conclusion of sorts. Now, you can make your own conclusion. However, I'm just going to pop this in the chit chat right now. Did you get any of the videos deleted from YouTube? I'll get to that in a second, Perd Beer. That there in the chat is the case number with the Australian Federal Police under the umbrella of the ACSC, the Australian Cybersecurity Centre. So there's an open case, and that is the case number. And my instructions have been to, whenever I talk about this, put the case number in so that anybody who wants to research it and find and follow along, they can. Because the idea of this is a local attack with local information. The IP address has been tracked to an Australian IP. So it's kind of clear where it's come from. Now, I'm not going to say what I think or what we have half concluded. I'm just going to alert you to the fact that there is an open investigation. That's the case number. And the people that are behind it are seeking to reduce me and ruin what I'm doing through jealousy. Now, I said that I wanted to play the apology stream that I made on DLive. The reason I want to play this is because like I said, DLive remove all streams after a certain time period, and if I don't put this up here now, it'll disappear at some point. So I think this is important to have as part of the me making better on what I did, because I was completely wrong. So with that said, I'm going to bring this up. Let's go to DLive. Let's search for Gives a Minute. Actually, this never works for me, to be honest, on this search bar. It brings up the channel, but then I can't click it for some reason. Of course it did work then. So this is a replay of a stream, so we're not going to watch this. Ha, Alfie, that's pretty cool. It came up at the same time. If we go down to my replays, this is the one here. I was wrong. So look, this goes for 10 minutes. We're going to watch this in its entirety, but we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. That's going to be full screen there. So yeah, we'll talk about it as we go through. Tim, I'm glad that the authorities are taking this seriously. In the past, they have no interest in this type of crap. Interestingly, on the ACSC website, there was no real section for doxing. I rang them and said, I've got a doxing case when I can't quite find the exact spot for it. And the guy said, oh, it isn't as clear as it should be. We admit that. Go through this, and this, and ignore that section and add your bit to this bit and put the links to the download. Because I screen capped all this, right? I got all the screen caps. I got the IP addresses. I got the screen caps, and I put it all in there. And he said, that'll get through to someone in my department and we'll take it from there. And that's what happened. Did you get the video deleted from YouTube? The funny thing is, why didn't you delete their trolling in Discord and ban all those who joined at once? That's what we did, Perd Beer. That's exactly what we did. But it happened too fast, right? Did you miss the part about playing the video? Because that was a request from one of those trolls, right? So they requested we watch that video, which they'd hard baked in to their video. So they were in on it, and they knew that as soon as it got to a minute 16 or minute 15, they'd all bomb the chat at the same time. So it happened like this, dude. As far as getting the video deleted from YouTube, if you try to have a channel's video removed from YouTube and the video has been taken down already, it's extremely difficult to have a YouTube channel. Like there's a flag on YouTube, it's an error, and you can't report a channel with a video that's been removed. It just sends you in an infinite loop. I'm talking about Discord. I don't go on Discord during a live stream, dude. I did, Perd Beer. I cannot open Discord on a live stream. There's just too much potential for shit to go wrong. We've seen it. Welcome back to the stream, folks. This is a little unusual for me to come back out and do a second live. Before we move on, can I just request no donations here? Just keep... I appreciate all the love in the chat, but just no need for donating to this. This is just going to be a little quick follow-up to the previous stream, a quick summary of what happened, and a quick explaining of what happened. So I really appreciate all the love and the support in the chat. Thank you so much, but just there's no need for any donations here. G'day, Happy Canadian. I was wrong. Categorically, I was wrong. Thank you, Saif. I was completely and utterly wrong. This attack was not through Tidy Labs at all. In fact, nothing to do with DLive, nothing to do with Tidy Labs. It's become very clear that this was a hard-baked... So this was a YouTube video that someone requested we watch, and it was tailored towards my content because it was surfing related. The video I've still got tabbed was Surf Wipeout with music from a channel called Connor with 58 subscribers. And that video was uploaded on the 18th of May with 14 views from a channel which has been around since 2015. Now, how they did this was to create, or they basically just downloaded a video of surfing content, and then a minute and a half into it, they recorded themselves doxing my address. So that's hard-baked into the video. So the idea was, thank you DJ Millsy. The idea with it was that when I pressed play, we would think we're watching. Can we just not donate, folks? The idea with it was that when we'd watch it, we would think we were watching a great surfing video, and then this text-to-speech would come on. And that's exactly what happened. It confused the hell out of me. My instinct was, what have I done? How have I done something? But of course I hadn't done anything. No one had done anything. Tidy Labs certainly hadn't done a thing. What I speculated before about there being something in the back end, a change, that change happened, but that's been rolling for 3 weeks with no problem. So in my clouded mind, I was confused as to where it was coming from, how it was happening, but now it's extremely clear how it happened. So I want to apologize to Tidy Labs and in effect to Tidy himself for speculating incorrectly that his software was the reason my address got doxed. It was not his software, it's not his problem, it's nothing to do with him. In fact, he's probably awake right now on a god-awful time for him, and I appreciate it. That was nothing to do with Tidy Labs, nothing to do with Tidy. To the dudes who did it, to the people that did it, the NJS Legion or whatever it's called, for me, that's a new form of trolling. I did not know that kind of thing existed. I did not know that there was the concept of hard baking in content into a video and parading it like it's a YouTube video. I mean, I kind of take my hat off to you. It was pretty ingenious, pretty well thought out. I mean, I've since found out that this has been going on for some time. A lot of people have had this before. It's the first time for me. So you got me. You completely got me. You won't get me again, though. And what we want to do here going forward on the Gives a Minute D-Live stream is that... I'll just pause it there, just to answer the chat that's been popping as well. Perdbeer, I mean, after the trolled you on D-Live, they came into your Discord and flooded the server. Nobody deleted that, and you had a group of people all join at the same moment. Perdbeer, I was totally and utterly wrapped up in what was going on. I wasn't even looking at my Discord. I was in my Discord DMs. I was getting message after 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 message from everybody that you could conceive, instructing me on what's going on. So I was not looking at Discord in the sense that, hey, let's go into the general chat in the Gives a Minute Discord. I wasn't even touching that. I was busy trying to work out what happened, how we can resolve it, how can we report it, what we can do. I'm sorry if that sounds whatever. I saw the shit that got deleted. I've got a mod in Discord, Sinmaster. I saw what went down. There's no way around that. As far as I'm aware, there's no way around that shit. They could be in there right now doing that, and I can't stop it. Discord's the Wild West, right? I can't, unless we make the server private, which is pointless for a server because you want people to be able to come in and join. It's the open Wild West, unfortunately. Dan Suarez, happy watching Philippines. G'day, Dan. How you doing, man? Julian Assange is from Australia. There you go. It's possible they'll lose their ISP account. There you go. This happened hours after your stream ended. Dude, do you not understand what happened to me? I spent the next 24 hours involved in this. I was not going out and enjoying life. I was fucking working out how this thing happened. I was discussing it with D-Live. I'm sorry, dude. I had no interest in fucking trolls in my Discord at that point. So can you just... And I got no sleep that night. That whole night, I was completely messed up. I'd made these wild accusations against D-Live because of trolls. And you're telling me they were still doing it in my Discord? I couldn't give a shit about that, dude. The Discord, I honestly couldn't give a shit about. I worry about my stream and about what I was saying about D-Live and how that would affect my relationship, my communication with D-Live internally. That's what I was worried about. These fucks got through me and into that. I could not give a shit about some porn on my Discord. Deal with that later. That doesn't mean anything to me. If we take links, which we like to do, we like to critique, we like to watch, we have to have either from a verified giver or a moderator can go ahead and check it for me. In the same regard, I want to apologize to D-Live. The doxing of my address, the physical address that I live at, if you think about it, and if you remembered what happened in the chat, it actually doesn't come from D-Live. This information did not come from D-Live. And the way we know that is because the trolls kind of let themselves up, in a sense. They made the mistake of putting in a piece of information which only someone that knows me in a private sense would actually know. So just to be extremely clear about this, and I don't have a problem with this. This has come up once before on my stream when someone tried to, and someone we know, Jay Boston, tried to attack me on this front. And he said, do you all know that Benon, Gibbs a Minute, lives at home with his mother? That's right, this hotel that I stream from, people always say it's a hotel, this house belongs to my mother. Now I came here 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now. It's gone on. 3 years ago I came here temporarily because where I was living at the time was undergoing renovations, the Benny flat. You guys know the story. This was supposed to be a temporary move. I fell in love with the ocean and I've been surfing and creating content through surfing. It's very difficult for me to leave here. Why would I want to leave? The ocean's right there. But the critical message is that those people that doxed my address also included, did you know Gibbs a Minute Benon lives at home with his mum? Therefore proving that they know me. And I'm not going to speculate. That's not the point of this stream here, to speculate who.
Dude, sending you love from Canada.
Just that little tiny
Thank you,
little
Happy
extra bit
Canadian.
tells you that
Thank
they
you, my
did
friend.
not get that information from DLive. It's not like an address was leaked from DLive.
Thanks for the love.
Now I've spoke to DLive. No need.
Just pause this again. Perdbeard, my point is that they are the same group of people. So, as I said earlier, the IP has been traced to Australia. So I'm not speculating, and I don't want to put words in people's mouths. The only other person who's ever said on my chat where I live and who I live with has been Jay Boston. So you can put whatever you want to put together. The IP has been tracked back to Australia. You can put whatever conclusion you want there, and it's been investigated. So that's all I'm going to say. And as far as the dudes in Discord, like I said, man, if Discord disappeared today, I wouldn't care. If my Gibbs a Minute DLive channel disappeared today, I'd be completely devastated. I honestly, Discord is just a means to an end to be able to communicate after the stream's finished. We could technically have our own Discord here in the chat on DLive if they built that infrastructure into it. At the moment, we use Discord. I don't care if it comes or stays. I don't really care. I got reverb on the playback. Are you guys getting reverb? Really?
To name names who I spoke to, there is no way that information can even be obtained, let alone be leaked. So I want to apologize to DLive for speculating what I did. I was wrong.
Shit.
I'm completely and utterly wrong.
My bad. I don't know. Why did no one say that? There's an echo there. I don't hear the echo. All right. Anyway, it's only a 10-minute video, so we're 8 minutes and 35 seconds through. I apologize for the reverb. I wanted this to go out to the internet so that it's there permanently as a record, but you got a record and a record.
I had a very confused head, extremely confused. And I apologize for speculating that DLive leaked my address. They did not. I apologize to Tidy Labs for speculating that somehow text-to-speech got turned on remotely. It did not. I want to go on record with that, and I want to go on record as saying that we will be back on the Gibbs a Minute DLive stream. We're not going anywhere. This information, this attack against me is another one of them. There's plenty of them that have happened before. For whatever the reason, whoever's doing this wants me to go down. But I tell you, I'm not going down. You got me off tonight, right? I'm not going to lie. You got me tonight. You got me bad tonight. But I'm not going anywhere. We're coming back tomorrow on a regular stream. We're going to take different precautions to not have that kind of thing happen again. And we will move forward from here. I'm not going to read the chat tonight here on this stream because that's not the point of this little... I just wanted to come on almost urgently and let you know that we resolved this. The information that came through was extremely clear. The way that the steps were taken to get to where we are right now was extremely clear to me. If I can hear my outro music. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Wow, that came quick. See you tomorrow, folks.
There you go. There's still an echo. Yeah, I didn't change anything. I've just figured it lasted 8 minutes until someone said anything, so it can't have been that bad, but it was there. I did see it up there in the donations at the end there. D-Live donations. Wow. Yeah, there you go, folks. I wanted that to go out. I wanted that to be on record. I apologize for the reverb, the delay, the echo. Has that been happening on other videos, or is it just that one? It's kind of strange. I'll go back and look at the replay myself and work out why that happened, but I couldn't hear anything different. It's weird. Back up in the chit chat. This is why I think it's not from who. Yeah, right. Okay. I mean, yeah. Look. I want to leave the investigating to the investigators. I've got my natural conclusion to what I think, but I'm not going to I'm not going to get stuck on the ins and outs of it until we know more from those that are doing the investigating. It's a criminal offense. I hope they pursue it. You might need to push them. Perdbeer, the beautiful thing is that there is the case. The case is now an ongoing case, and I'll pop it in. Whoops! I'll pop it in the chat again. I've been instructed to do this whenever we talk about it. Put this number out there so that those that are interested in me and that are actively following me can go ahead and actively follow that as well. Now, the thing is, this clear attack on me has given me. It's brought this clear in my mind. The people that are doing it for one reason: jealousy. They don't have what I have. They will never have what I have. They can't have what I have. They will not be able to create what I've created. They will never have the community, this thing that I've built, and therefore they're jealous of it. They are so interested in what I do that they watch everything I do. They spend all their time actively pursuing me to see what I do next, how they can be involved in what I do next, because they can't have their own. They've tried and they can't succeed. They're jealous of me getting a step towards where I'm headed. And that's why they want to bring me down. Now, this information came from Cincy. Cincy had a chat with me and explained these things. This is something that I did not expect becoming a content creator, that there would be this level of stalking. That's what this is. They're stalking me. The only difference is it's not someone like an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend or whatever. It's a person that knows that they cannot have what we have here, and they don't want me to have it. It's jealousy and it's immaturity. The echo has come back. There's an echo now? Is that what you're saying? Is there an echo now? Please, when you get off your stream, read my Discord. Perdbeer, I won't. I will be going straight for a surf because I need to get out there, do my wave, come back, edit, and then do my D-Live. So I won't be spending time on Discord and whatnot. You have a great bunch of givers that turn up daily. Charlotte, yeah. And I gotta say, the stream that I did after that, the next stream, I titled it Sharks Exist. And it was me explaining what I'm explaining now, that I go surfing. There's a known risk in the ocean in Australia and in a lot of other places, the shark. In Australia, the great white shark, the gnarliest one of them all. It's a known risk. They're out there. We know that. I go surfing. I'm aware of the shark. I still go surfing. I need to be aware that there are sharks, trolls, dicks on the internet that want to bring me down. They're now what? They're probably watching this right now. There are dicks out there that do not like what I do. They're so interested in what I do that they want to follow me around everywhere, and they want me to not succeed. I need to come on these streams with the same mindset that I do live. Okay, well, there could be a shark out here. What am I going to do? I'm going to navigate myself around that. I'm going to put up barriers. I'm going to make myself as least attractive to the shark as possible. I'm going to put my defenses up. That's the same approach that I've got to take with live streaming, and that's what I've done. I've changed some technical things. I've changed a few things, some banned words. I've made the concept on D-Live of when you follow the channel, you then have to wait 24 hours to be able to actively chat in the chat. So there's this barrier. It's not like some fucker can come in here and go, he's talking about trolls. Make an account called I'm a troll account, hit follow, and then start chatting to me. Hell no. You can make a troll account called I'm a Troll, then you got to go and verify the email address, come back, then you find, it takes me 24 hours before I can chat. It's a little less of an incentive, like it's more of a barrier to entry. Not a complete barrier. I forgot to change my YouTube playback to 1080, defaults to fuzzy. Yeah, I stream in 1080, so you should be able to catch us in 1080. It's nice. Sound is good. Thank you, Tolga. Hey, by the way, thanks, Tolga, for swinging in. Shark is a bad analogy, more like blue bottles. I mean, yeah, that's cool. No echo anymore. Thank you. It must have just been that video for some reason. It's me, Jonah. Sorry to hear about what happened the other day. Hope everything is okay. Thank you, Jonah. Thank you. I think with the steps that we've rolled out, I think we are good. I've been talking a little bit about maybe rolling subscriber-only chat. Now, you might say, dude, really? And a subscriber on DLive is not like a subscriber on YouTube. Here on YouTube, you can just hit subscribe and you're good to go. On DLive, you need to pay to subscribe. You need to pay monthly to subscribe. Now, you might say, that's so not fair, man. Like, every month you got to pay to be involved in your content. Well, that proves that you are interested in being here. But then I think there should also be this concept of a whitelist. So over on DLive, we call it the Rose Giver in honor of Shyla Rose. She was the very first person to ever subscribe to my channel on DLive. You can't just start streaming on DLive and take open subscriptions. You've got to achieve a certain level. When you get to the level, there's levels to this shit. When you get to that level, you can open up subscribers. I did when I achieved it, and Shyla opened up and straight away subscribed. So we call our subscribers Rose Givers. Now, if you've been a Rose Giver for 6 months, I think there should be a physical method for me to have a whitelist and put in handles and say, well, that person, they can't afford to subscribe this month. So I want them to be able to be still in the chat. I want them whitelisted. They need to be able to be in here just like Shyla Rose, just like Perd Beer. Mindy, they've all been here. They can't afford it this month. Fine. Doesn't matter. They're still able to be in the chat. But the idea of bringing a troll in from out of nowhere, well, they've got to pay. If they want to play, they've got to pay. Now, the difference here is you take that back a year ago, I would have laughed at you and said, there's no way in hell. In fact, I probably would be on record saying, there's no way I'm going to turn my chat to subscriber only. What kind of a message is that sending? What kind of a message is that putting out there that you got to pay if you want to be involved with my content? That's bullshit. My thought patterns on what the internet is, and in particular live streaming, has changed 180 degrees. I always said that everybody gets an equal chance here until you prove yourselves not worthy. So if you come in my chat, you get the same welcome, the same beautiful welcome that anybody else gets, and I'll engage you and I'll have a chat with you. The moment you prove that you're a dick, I'll give you a timeout. I'll time you out for 5 and I'll explain, dude, no need to put 20 Turkish flags up. We don't need to see that. I like your flag. I get that you're Turk. Great. Don't do it again. No need for 20 flags. I got you in a little timeout. It's not a delete. It's a timeout for you to sit back, hear the message, and then come back and play like anybody else normal. If they go ahead and do something dubious again, delete and mute. Now that's how I approached this a year ago. Since the trolling, since the level of trolling, since the intensity of the trolling, I've done a complete flip where I don't think everybody is innocent until proven guilty. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite online. In live streaming, I think everybody is a troll until they prove that they're not. So that's my mindset. I come onto a live stream and I just assume when we see a handle, the handle could be ara759 _ tag. I'll be like, that's a troll. I'll be like, I'll give them a welcome, but in my mind, I'll be thinking that's a troll, and I'll treat them as a troll until they prove that they're not a troll. It might take weeks, it might take months, until they prove that they are actually interested in engaging and they're here for the right reason. More than likely, they'll be a troll. That's my approach now. We had the case last night on DLive. A guy, handled by the handle of Phil Blix, I think it is. I can't remember. Phil.blix, I think it was. They've been in my chat for months. I've been every day. Oh, Phil, back up. Hey, man, how you going, Phil Blix? Good to see you, buddy. How's it all going? Cheers, man. Nice comments. And I'd read his comments. We'd have a good chit chat. We'd go for hours, days, months, so long. And then literally one time last night, he doxes my address. Literally. Benon's address. Puts it in the chat. Doxed it. I think it was Charlotte Rose nabbed it straight away, delete and mute, and I was like, I didn't even see it. It happened that quick. And I look in my chat and I see Phil.Blix has been deleted and muted by Charlotte, and I was like, what? Who did what? Why him? Why? What did he do? And yeah, that was unreal, Charlotte. Yeah, and she says he docks your address. I was like, what? He did that? The equivalent would be like, it's me, Jonah, doing the same thing right now. That's what the equivalent would be. I'd be like, that dude was a troll? And so you have to understand that I want to deliver the content. I want to deliver the stream. But I got it all wrong. I got it all wrong from the get-go. Everybody's a fuck until they prove that they're not. You can't give people on the internet a clean slate. They don't deserve it. You might say you're a dickhead, man. You're going to lose half your audience. I don't mind. If I go down from whatever, I've got 2,200 followers on DLive. If I go down to 1,000, I don't mind, as long as that 1,000 have proven that they're not trolls. I would rather that, because then we haven't got to spend this time having this discussion and getting heated up about it, right? He typed it twice, really. You accuse DLive of the wrong thing. What they are guilty of is not stamping out the toxic elements of DLive. I mean, that's another subject for sure. For sure, there's an issue there, that there seems to be a lot of shit on DLive. Like, we've done this stream now for an hour and a half, and we haven't had one troll, right? And the dicks know me. They know I've got a YouTube channel, but we haven't seen any trolling in this stream. Although I have my suspicions, I got to be honest, but. Sadly, in real life too, Charlotte. So I mean, I'm trying to move with the times and keep up the speed with what's going on. I'm trying to elegantly and diplomatically move through what this is, because this is probably going to be ongoing, right? We're probably going to have this as an ongoing thing where there's going to be an attempt every stream to fuck me up. So we have to have things in place. And I think what we've done has worked so far. Like, we've succeeded in sort of nailing it down for the time being, until there's the next thing. Because I got to tell you, I did not know that would be a thing. I did not know people would download a video, re-upload it with a vocal pretending to be text-to-speech, all of it, to wait for me to say, oh, we take links, folks, put links in the chat. And then they put that in, they play it, and they know that it's coming up at a minute 16. They all bombard the chat. Who spends their time doing that? Who's got time for that shit? Ain't nobody got time for that. I got no time for that. I went down to get Cool Pup. I thought, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Folks, thanks for a great stream though. That kind of wraps it up. And yeah, appreciate you. I appreciate you all being here. And the new world, right? After COVID, this is pre-COVID or post-COVID style. Interesting stuff. Check your email, Ben, on Dr. Steelio Bitch. Dr. Steelio Bitch. I mean, there's a troll right there. Huh? Hope the best, my friend. Thank you, Happy Canadian. The biggest thing is don't react. That's what they want. I can't not react when my address has been doxed. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna not react when my address has been doxed. Now, I hope this audio is working. I've kind of fixed this, I think. I'll see you all next time. Cheers.
Oh, that's we're out of time.